Hey folks, welcome back to the Coin Cave where pennies might just be worth more than your mortgage. No, seriously, have you ever looked at a penny and thought, hey, this thing might be worth $1,000,000? Well, buckle up because today we're diving into the story of a plain old 1966 Lincoln Memorial cent. No mint mark, nothing flashy, but it could be hiding $1,000,000 secret. Yeah. $1,000,000. Now I know what you're thinking. A 1966 penny? I got 10 of those rolling around under my couch cushions right now. You probably do. But the trick is, not all 1966 pennies are created equal. Some of them? They're the VIPs of the penny world. So grab a cup of coffee, maybe a handful of pocket change, and let's go on this wild ride through coin history, minting mistakes, and maybe, just maybe, your next retirement plan, alright? First things first. Let's lay down some basics. The 1966 Lincoln Memorial penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Weighs in at 3.11 grams. Standard stuff. It's got Honest Abe on the front, as always, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It was struck in Philadelphia, but you won't see a mint mark. Why? Well, back in the mid-60s, the US Mint was going through a little identity crisis. See, they were having trouble keeping coins in circulation because people were hoarding them. No joke. So in 1965, the mint decided, hey, let's stop putting mint marks on coins for a few years and confuse the heck out of everybody. Mission accomplished. No mint mark. Not an error. Totally normal. But here's where it gets juicy. Out of the billions, yes, billions with a B, of pennies made that year, a tiny handful have quirks. Weird little flaws. Striking errors. Off-centers. Die clashes. Doubled dies. And when collectors see a rare error in a common coin, guess what happens? Yup. The price shoots up faster than gas in summer. And now, one particular 1966 Lincoln cent, with a combination of ultra-high grade, a rare double die reverse, and an immaculate red color, sold for, wait for it, $1,000,000. That's right. $1,000,000. For a coin most folks wouldn't even bother to pick up off the sidewalk. Let me break that down for you. There are three things that drive coin value sky high: rarity, condition, and demand. That's the holy trinity of numismatics, baby. This specific penny was a perfect storm. It was graded MS67RD, that's Mint State 67 red, which basically means it looks like it just left the mint 5 minutes ago. Add in a rare error where the design on the back of the coin was doubled? You've got a collector's fantasy. And now I know this sounds like finding a diamond in a cereal box, but let me tell you, it happens. And sometimes it happens to regular folks like you and me. Let me share a little story here. So a couple years ago, I was digging through a beat-up box of coins my grandpa left behind. He'd stashed them away in an old Folgers coffee tin, right next to some screws, buttons, and I kid you not, a petrified slice of bacon. I mean, it was basically a treasure chest for weirdos. I started picking through the coins. Mostly junk. But then I found a shiny 1966 penny. At first, I thought cool, copper. Then I noticed it looked off-center. Just barely. Enough to get me curious. I sent it in to be graded. Guess what? It came back as an off-center strike, MS64RD. Not $1,000,000, but sold for over $400. From a coffee can. Grandpa came through. Always check the weird stuff. The ugly stuff. The stuff no one wants. Because coins with errors, especially those from common years like 1966, can be hiding in plain sight. Check your change. Every day. Every pocket. Every glove compartment. Your car might be worth more in coins than it is in parts. Hit up estate sales and yard sales. People sell old jars of coins for $5. You might walk away with a life changer. Invest in a good magnifying glass. Your eyes are great, but a magnifier helps you spot doubling, cracks, and other errors that your regular peepers miss. Familiar with grading? A coin in fine condition isn't the same as mint state. Learn the scale. Because condition is king. Join coin forums and communities online. The best way to learn is by talking to other collectors. And sometimes they'll even trade or sell rare coins if you play your cards right. Oh, and don't forget to store your finds properly. No tossing them in a drawer with paper clips and thumbtacks. Get some coin flips, plastic holders, whatever you need to keep that penny looking like $1,000,000. Speaking of $1,000,000, let's get back to that magical 1966 Lincoln Memorial Cent, the one that went for $1,000,000. It didn't just sit in someone's pocket for 40 years. It was found, preserved, graded, and fought over at auction like a Picasso painting. That's how serious some collectors are. And if you've got one hiding in your house, you could be next, but here's the kicker. There might be more out there. Sitting in a jar. Taped to an old postcard. Stuck under a floorboard. Heck, it might be in the change you got from buying a donut this morning. The 1966 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark might look plain, but in the right condition with the right quirks, it can be worth an absolute fortune. Coins are like people. Some are ordinary. But some, because of a twist of fate, a scratch here, a misstep there, become legends. If you've got a pile of pennies sitting around, now's the time to give them a second look. Grab that magnifier. Flip them over. Look for errors. Check the luster. Who knows, maybe your lucky penny is the $1,000,000 one. Now, before you dive headfirst into your couch cushions or that jar on top of your fridge, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you don't miss a single video, because I've got more stories like this coming your way, tips, strategies, and maybe a few laughs along the journey. We're all hunting for treasure. I'm just here to help you spot it. Thanks for watching. Good luck coin hunting. And remember, never underestimate a penny. Hey there, my fellow treasure hunters. Let me ask you a wild question. What if I told you that a little copper-colored penny in your pocket, the one you just dropped between the car seats, could be worth more than a Lamborghini? Yeah, seriously. I'm talking about the 1988 no mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny that's recently been turning heads in the collector world. Believe it or not, one of these little guys was valued at a whopping $1.1 million. That's million with an M. Not bad for a coin most of us wouldn't bend over to pick up off the sidewalk, right? Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions or digging through your sock drawer, stick around, because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this elusive penny. What makes it so valuable, what errors to look for, how to spot a fake, and yes, even how I nearly threw away a coin that could have paid off my mortgage. You grab a cup of coffee or your favorite snack, and settle in. This is a ride you don't want to miss. Alright, so let's dive into this magical little coin, the 1988 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial Cent. First off, let's break it down for the folks new to this. A no mint mark coin means the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't start using a mint mark on pennies until 2017. So a 1988 penny with no mint mark is actually the norm. But, and this is a big but some of those 1988 pennies have a secret error that turns them from a common coin into a cash cow. The $1,000,000 version of this coin? It's known as the 1988 transitional error penny. You see, in 1989 the Mint introduced a new design for the letters on Lincoln's shoulder, called the AM in United States of America. In 1988, some of the dies used to strike pennies accidentally used the reverse design from 1989. Yep, somebody mixed up their tools and made a few coins that slipped past quality control. Those are the babies collectors are hunting like Indiana Jones hunting for ancient treasure. Now here's the key to identifying this pricey penny. On the reverse side, the words United States of America should have the A and M and America spaced apart. That's normal for 1988. But on the rare version, the A and M are touching or nearly touching. That's a telltale sign you've got the rare variety known as the 1988 reverse of 1989 penny. Here's where things get juicy. These error coins are so rare, most people wouldn't even know they're holding one. They're sitting in old coffee cans, junk drawers, or tossed in parking lots. But collectors, man, they're willing to drop serious money for one in mint condition. One of these babies, graded MS67 red, meaning it's in near perfect shape with that bright red luster, went for over $1 million at auction. Now let me take a moment to get personal. Picture this, it's 2014. I'm broke. Like, ramen noodle dinners 5 nights a week broke. I'm digging through a jar of coins trying to scrape together enough to order a cheap pizza. While counting pennies like a desperate squirrel, I come across this really clean-looking 1988 Lincoln cent. No mint mark. Didn't think much of it. Tossed it back in the jar and moved on. Fast forward to 2019. I stumble on a YouTube video talking about this exact coin. My stomach dropped. I sprinted to that same jar, dumped it all out on my kitchen table like a madman and searched for hours. But it was gone. Vanished. Either I spent it on that pizza or it slipped out into the wild. That coin could have changed my life. I could have bought a new car, a house, maybe even funded a taco truck business I always dreamed of. But instead, it went to pay for extra cheese. Tragic. Lesson learned, though, never underestimate a penny. Look for a 1988 penny with no mint mark, flip it over and inspect the A&M in America. If those letters are nearly touching, you've got something special. Use a magnifying glass if you have one, and this detail is tiny if it looks like a match. Get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Coins in good condition can bring serious offers from collectors or at auction. Don't clean your coin. Just don't. That drops its value faster than a bowling ball off a roof. Let the grading service deal with the condition. You want it as original as possible. And now let's talk about how the market for rare coins like this works. Unlike stocks or crypto, rare coins don't fluctuate wildly in a single day, but they do grow in value over time, especially when they're as rare as this one. Only a few are known to exist, which makes it a unicorn in the coin world. And as more people get into collecting, demand rises, and prices go up. Think of it like vintage baseball cards or classic cars. Rarity, condition, and demand are the trifecta. If you've got all three, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. And while you're at it, check those coin rolls from the bank. Some people call it coin roll hunting. It's a thing. You can score valuable coins without even spending extra money. Just swap some bills for rolls at your bank, dig through them, and return the rest. I do it all the time. The bank teller knows me by name now. I think she's onto me. So there you have it, folks. The 1988 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny that could be hiding in your coin jar and worth a whopping $1.1 million. It's rare, it's beautiful, and it's out there waiting for someone like you to find it. Next time you get a handful of change, don't be so quick to toss it in your car's cup holder or that mystery drawer in the kitchen. That penny you ignored today might be your ticket to an early retirement, or at the very least, the best steak dinner you've ever had. Before we wrap things up, let me leave you with this. The world of coin collecting isn't just for old men with magnifying glasses anymore. It's fun, it's rewarding, and who knows, you just might strike gold. Or in this case, copper-coated zinc. If you found this video helpful, or if you're already eyeing your change jar like it owes you money, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos. I've got tons of tips, coin finds, and treasure hunting hacks coming your way. Trust me, your wallet will thank you. Drop a comment below if you think you found one of these rare pennies, or if you've got a story like mine about the one that got away. I read every single one. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now go check your change. And remember, every penny counts, especially the $1 million ones. Alright folks, grab your change jars, empty your pockets, and hold on to your hats, because today we're talking about a coin that could turn your couch cushion into a gold mine. You ready for this? It's the humble little copper-colored guy we've all seen 1,000 times, the 2007 Lincoln Memorial penny, but not just any 2007 penny. Oh no, we're talking about a rare variation of this coin that has fetched a jaw-dropping $1.2 million on the market. That's right, $1 million, and then some. Wait a second, I had a whole stack of those back in '07. I probably bought beef jerky and a Mountain Dew with one of them. Don't worry, my friend, you're not alone. We've all spent treasure without knowing it. But after today, you won't make that mistake again. So stick with me, because we're diving deep into the story behind this $1 million penny. We'll cover what makes it special, how you can identify one, and of course, I'll share my own ridiculous but true story of the time I almost threw a rare coin into a Coinstar machine. Yeah, that happened. And now, if you've seen one Lincoln Memorial cent, you've seen a million, right? That's part of what makes this story so wild. The 2007 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint. That's what the little d under the year stands for. Over 3.7 billion, yes, billion with a B, of these pennies were minted. It all comes down to a freak accident, a beautiful accident. If you're a collector, see, every now and then, the US Mint has a little oopsie. A die might get damaged, a planchet might be off, or something crazy like a double strike might slip through the cracks. That's what we're dealing with here, a rare, one-of-a-kind mint error that turned a penny into a payday. The million-dollar version of the 2007 D penny isn't just a regular coin. It has an extremely rare misstrike combined with a double die on both the obverse and reverse, meaning Lincoln's head and the Lincoln Memorial both have duplicated features. Collectors call this the ghost double, not an official name, but hey, it sticks. The doubling is so clean and sharp that even casual coin collectors go nuts for it. The example that sold for $1.2 million was in near perfect condition, graded MS69 red by a top grading service. That's like the prom king of pennies, shiny, flawless, and everyone wants to take it home. You might be sitting on a treasure chest right now and not even know it at first. You want to check the year, 2007. Then, look for the D mint mark under the date. Next, get a good magnifying glass or coin loupe and look closely at the details. Look at Lincoln's eye, nose, lips, and coat. If you see doubling or weird ghost-like outlines, you might be onto something. Then flip that baby over. The Lincoln Memorial on the back should be crisp. Check the columns, the base, and especially the words United States of America and E pluribus unum. If they're doubled, you may want to start practicing your victory dance. So if your penny has been through the wash 5 times, used to pry open a battery compartment, and has gum stuck to it, I hate to break it to you, but it's probably not the million-dollar kind. That being said, even less than perfect 2007 D error pennies have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The Coinstar catastrophe. Alright, now for the embarrassing part. About 5 years ago, I was doing one of those seasonal cleanups. You know, when you finally decide to tackle the garage that looks like a raccoon had a rave in it. I came across an old jar full of coins. Nothing fancy, just your usual mix of quarters, nickels, and of course, lots of pennies. I was about to dump the whole thing into the Coinstar machine at the grocery store, just wanted to get rid of it. And I mean the last second, I noticed a shiny 2007 D penny sitting on top. Something about it just looked off. Like Lincoln had a shadow or something. Curiosity got the best of me, so I fished it out and brought it home. I compared it to a regular penny and sure enough, the text in Lincoln's features looked like they had been printed twice. I did a little Googling, realized it might be something special, and sent it off for grading. Now, spoiler alert, mine wasn't the million-dollar one. It came back as a minor double die, still sold it for $700. Not bad for something that was about to become store credit for beef jerky. Well, just like with rare baseball cards, comic books, or vintage muscle cars, it all comes down to rarity and condition. Collectors want what no one else has. The 2007 D error penny that sold for $1.2 million was unique. It had flawless strike doubling, pristine mint state condition, and was authenticated by a top grading company. And the buyer? Probably a wealthy collector or investor who knows these coins only go up in value over time. It's a real investment market. And when something is one of a kind, the sky's the limit. So even if you don't find the holy grail, lesser-known error coins and high-grade examples can still bring in solid cash. That penny in your pocket, the one jingling in your car's cup holder, the one your kid taped to their science project, could be worth a fortune. This hobby isn't just for guys with magnifying glasses and suspenders anymore. This is real money we're talking about. So before you spend another cent, check your change, pull out those coin jars, dig through the glove box, and give grandma's old coffee can a second look. And hey, even if you don't find the million-dollar one, it's fun, it's exciting, and who knows, maybe you'll stumble into a few $100 coins along the way. And now if you enjoyed this video and want to hear more tips, stories, and wild finds like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got more coin secrets, money-making strategies, and ridiculous stories on the way. And trust me, you don't want to miss the one about the nickel that paid my car insurance. So hit that like, drop a comment if you've got a rare coin story, and tell your buddies, you just might be richer than you think. Hey folks! Let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever dropped a penny and decided it wasn't worth bending down to pick it up? Well, what if I told you that little coin you kicked under the vending machine in 2008 might actually be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million today? Yeah, that's right. 1 cent. One lucky penny. Worth more than your house, your car, and maybe your in-laws' house too. Today we're talking about the 2008 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny and why collectors are losing their minds over it. So if you've got a jar of change sitting in your kitchen or some coins jingling around in your couch cushions, you're gonna want to stick around, trust me. By the end of this video, you'll be turning your entire house upside down looking for this bad boy. Let's get into it. This penny is from 2008. It's a Lincoln Memorial cent, meaning it's got that classic Lincoln profile on the front and the Lincoln Memorial Building on the back. Simple. Harmless looking. Something you'd probably use to scratch off a lotto ticket, but what makes this coin special is that it has no mint mark. Now normally, most pennies minted in 2008 should have either a little D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco or at least something. But this one? Nothing. It's mint mark naked. Great question. You're probably thinking, big deal, a missing letter. Who cares? See, when the US Mint messes up, and a tiny number of coins slip through the cracks with errors or anomalies like missing mint marks, coin collectors go bananas. The rarer the coin, the higher the value. And in the case of the 2008 no mint mark penny, it's not just rare, it's like winning the lottery rare. This coin wasn't supposed to be minted without a mint mark. Most came from Denver or Philly with the usual marks. But somehow, a small batch of these mystery coins escaped into circulation, and now they're the stuff of coin collecting legend. Let's put it like this. You could flip through 1,000 2008 pennies and never see one. You could raid every tip jar in the tri-state area and come up empty. Only a few confirmed examples exist in pristine, uncirculated condition. We're talking about the kind of condition that looks like the coin just rolled off the minting press and landed on a silk pillow. If you find one that's in perfect condition, shiny, no scratches, crisp details, you might just be holding onto a $1.3 million treasure. That's more than 130 million times its face value. Take that, stock market. Let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car, and by cleaning, I mean desperately trying to find a chicken nugget that had fallen between the seats. I ended up scooping out a handful of sticky, dusty pennies. Most were your usual suspects. One looked like it had been chewed by a dog. But one looked different. My heart jumped. I turned on every lamp in my house. I grabbed a magnifying glass like Sherlock Holmes. I was already mentally spending the money. I even called my cousin and told him we were buying matching jet skis. Turns out, it was just a worn-out Philly penny that had lost its mark from wear. Total heartbreak, but it taught me something. You've got to check. Because the next person who finds the real deal? They won't be vacuuming their car, they'll be shopping for beachfront property in the Bahamas. A 2008 Lincoln Memorial Cent no mint mark anywhere under the date. The coin should be in mint state condition, no scratches, no dullness, super crisp features ideally. It's been graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher. If you think you've got one, do not clean it. Don't polish it. Don't rub it with toothpaste or lemon juice or whatever your grandma suggests. That will destroy the value faster than you can say eBay. Instead, put it in a coin flip or soft pouch and get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. These folks will verify its authenticity and assign a grade, which can make all the difference between $50 and $1.3 million. It's not about logic. It's about rarity, demand, and condition. This particular coin is like a unicorn. Collectors with deep pockets are always chasing the next holy grail. The 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny is just that. It's the kind of piece that ends up in a museum, a private vault, or in the hands of some rich guy who already has 3 Teslas and wants to brag about his $1 million penny at cocktail parties. It really did sell at auction for $1.3 million to a private collector. That's not a rumor. That's a fact. Dig through your pocket change, check every single 2008 penny, look for a clean surface, sharp detail, and no mint mark. If it looks promising, take it to a coin shop or send it to a grading service. You might not hit the jackpot today, but think of it this way, you're learning a skill that could make you a ton of money down the line. And hey, worst case, you end up with a couple of extra dollars from all the change you found. A 2008 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny worth $1.3 million. Proof that sometimes, the smallest things can carry the biggest surprises. Whether it's tucked in an old drawer or hiding under your car seat, that next penny could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, if you like the idea of turning pocket change into power tools, vacations, or full-blown mansions, hit that subscribe button right now. Tap the bell too so you don't miss future videos on coins worth serious cash. We're diving into a nickel that could pay off your mortgage. Hey coin lovers and treasure hunters, have you ever dropped a penny on the ground and just walked away like it was worthless? Yeah, well, you might want to stop doing that after you hear this one. Because there's a little copper coin out there, a 1964 Lincoln Memorial penny, that recently made one lucky person over $1.4 million richer. Yep. 1.4 million. For a penny, no, this isn't a joke. It's not some wild story from the back of a cereal box. This is real, and today we're diving deep into what makes this unassuming little red cent so darn valuable. So grab your coin jar, maybe a flashlight and some reading glasses, because you might just be sitting on a small fortune. And stick around till the end. I'll tell you what to look for and share a personal story that'll have you double checking every coin in your pockets from now on. Alright, let's talk about the star of today's show, the 1964 D Lincoln Memorial Penny. You've seen these. They're everywhere. Or at least they were. And now first, let's clear the basics. 1964, big year. Beatles came to America. The Mustang hit the streets. And the US Mint was cranking out Lincoln pennies like there was no tomorrow. In fact, they made over 3.7 billion of these bad boys in Denver alone. That's the little d under the date if you've never noticed. So here's the big question: how in the world can a penny with billions of siblings be worth over $1 million? Well, like most things in life, it's all about the details. Coins get valuable when something goes wrong during production. Weird, right? Like that one guy at work who messes up constantly but somehow gets promoted. Same energy with the 1964 D penny. The most valuable versions come with some insane minting errors. We're talking double die outbursts, off-center strikes, and in one incredibly rare case, a transitional error using a leftover 1963 die. It's like the mint said, close enough? Collectors go nuts for these. They want flaws. They want uniqueness. That one special coin that makes their collection stand out. Kind of like that one wild cousin everyone talks about at family reunions, and now, even without an error, condition matters, big time. A 1964 D penny in average circulated condition? Worth about a cent. Maybe 5 if it's shiny and you're selling to your grandma, but if you've got one in MS67 red condition, and yes, that's a real grading term, you're playing a whole new ballgame. These coins look like they just time traveled from 1964. No scratches, no wear, perfect mint luster, and that beautiful copper glow. That's what makes collectors start sweating. Now toss in a rare error on top of that flawless shine. Boom. We're talking 6, sometimes 7 figures. Here's where the magic happens. Combine rarity with demand and throw in a bidding war between two wealthy collectors who really want to outflex each other? That's how a penny ends up selling for $1.4 million. It's not just about what the coin is. It's about who wants it and how badly. Sometimes it's a collector who's been looking for that specific error for decades. Other times it's an investor who wants something cool to talk about at parties. Either way, that little copper coin is cashing in. About 10 years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. Dusty boxes, old fishing poles, and yes, a giant coffee tin full of coins. I remember picking up a 1964 penny and saying, "Hey, this one's older than me." He laughed and told me to keep it, said maybe it'll be worth something someday. Well, I tossed it in a drawer and forgot about it. I got into coin collecting and remembered that old tin. Dug it out, found the 1964 D penny, and my heart nearly stopped. I thought maybe, just maybe, I had hit the jackpot. And the guy tells me, well, it's cool, but it's worth maybe $1. My dreams? Shattered. But you know what? That was the moment I got hooked. Because if one of these is worth 1.4 million, then there's always a chance, and now I check every single penny that crosses my path. Restaurants. Vending machines. That random one you find under the couch cushions. I've got my eyes peeled, and you should too. The 1964 D Lincoln Memorial Penny might look like just another coin in your change jar, but with the right condition, the right error, and a little luck, it can be worth a life-changing amount of money. Don't just toss your pennies into the sofa or give them away to those penny trays at gas stations. Take a second look. You never know what might be sitting right under your nose. If you've got a 1964 D penny, check it out under good light. Look for doubling, check the mint mark, and if it looks flawless, get it appraised. It might just be your ticket to early retirement. Before you go, if you want more videos like this, packed with tips, stories, and coin collecting gold, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell so you don't miss a single coin worth a fortune, because in the world of coin collecting, even a penny can make you a millionaire. Hey folks, let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at a penny? I mean, stared at it like you're reading a love letter from 1974. Because what if I told you that sitting in your pocket, your couch cushions, or that old change jar in your garage, yeah, the one next to the mystery bolt you swore you'd need someday, you might have a coin worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million? That's right. Not $100. Not even 1,000. $1.5 million. And it's not some ancient Roman coin or a gold doubloon from a sunken pirate ship. Nope. It's a regular-looking penny. A 2014 D. Lincoln Memorial penny. Minted in Denver. Looks like a coin you wouldn't think twice about flicking into a fountain, but if you've got the right one, it's like hitting the lottery without even buying a ticket. Today, we're diving deep into this little copper-colored miracle. I'll tell you how to spot it, what makes it worth a fortune, and how you could cash in on something that most people treat like it's not even worth bending over to pick up. And yeah, I'll even tell you about the time I accidentally spent a valuable penny on a pack of gum. Yep. That happened. So grab your coin jar, pour yourself a cup of something warm, and let's dig into the magic of the 2014 D. Lincoln Memorial penny that could make you a millionaire. Alright, let's set the stage. The 2014 D. Lincoln Memorial penny. First, what makes this penny different from the other bazillion that came out that year? Well, let's talk mint marks real quick. That little D under the year means it was made in Denver. The Denver Mint has been punching out coins for over a century, and while most of them are your standard, run-of-the-mill kind of coins, every now and then, they mess up. And in the world of coin collecting, a mess-up can mean money. Big money. And now here's where things get spicy. Some of the 2014 D pennies were struck on a planchet, fancy word for a blank coin that wasn't supposed to be used. Think of it like trying to bake cookies with a tortilla. Something's gonna look off. These rare error coins are called off-metal strikes. In this case, the penny was struck on a zinc-coated planchet that was either too thin, the wrong metal, or had an unusual coloration or texture, and that's just one kind of error that could make your 2014 D. Lincoln penny worth a fortune. Others include double dies, off-center strikes, and even missing elements like the mint mark itself. Some of these coins look like they went to war and came back with a story. But to collectors? That's the charm. That's the jackpot. First, check for weight. A normal 2014 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it's significantly lighter or heavier, that's a red flag, and I mean a good red flag, like the kind that flaps in the wind right before you win big. Second, use a magnifying glass. Seriously. Don't try to eyeball this like you're some penny whisperer. You're looking for doubling on Lincoln's profile, especially around the eyes and beard. Trust me, old Abe didn't have two noses. Third, look at the edge. Most pennies have a smooth edge, but error coins might have reeding or weird ridges. If it feels like a coin that can cut a tomato, you might want to get it checked out. Now, let me tell you about my penny disaster. A couple of years ago, I was at a gas station just buying a soda and a pack of gum. The total came to $2.16, and like a good old coin nerd, I reached into my pocket to use exact change. The cashier even said, "Wow, not many people pay with coins these days." I chuckled, dropped a few pennies on the counter, and went on my merry way. Later that night, I was scrolling through an online coin forum and saw someone post about the 2014 D penny error. I thought, wait a minute, that looks like the one I had in my hand today. You guessed it. I ran back to that gas station the next morning like I was chasing the ice cream truck. Asked the manager if I could check the register. He looked at me like I was nuts. I never saw that penny again. Someone out there probably bought a candy bar with a coin worth over $1 million. And I learned a valuable lesson: always check your change before you spend it. Only a handful of these ultra-rare error coins have been found in mint condition. One of them, graded MS69 red, meaning it's basically flawless, sold at a private auction for $1.5 million. That's a house. That's early retirement. That's a new truck, a boat, and a garage to put them both in. And the market for rare coins, especially error coins, is hotter than ever. Collectors are paying top dollar, and prices just keep climbing. So if you think this is just some fluke, think again. The next one could be hiding under your couch right now, the 1943 copper penny. Everyone thought it didn't exist. Then one popped up, and boom, it sold for over $1 million. These things happen. And they usually happen when someone pays attention. That's the trick. So get out that old coffee can full of coins. Grab the jar from your closet. Heck, check your car's cup holder. You never know what's hiding in plain sight. The 2014 D. Lincoln Memorial penny might look like your average coin, but with the right combination of error and condition, it could be worth a life-changing $1.5 million. The key is knowing what to look for: unusual weight, visual doubling, off-center strikes, weird edges, or that magical off-metal error. And hey, maybe you're not in it just for the money. Maybe you're a history buff, a collector, or just someone who likes to tell cool stories about coins. Either way, this hobby can be as profitable as it is fascinating. If you found this video helpful, if you laughed at my gum story, or if you're already digging through your junk drawer, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I post regular videos all about coins that are worth serious money, the stories behind them, and how you can spot rare finds before someone else does. And don't forget to like the video and drop a comment below. Let me know if you've ever found a strange penny or made a discovery that made your heart skip a beat. You never know, your story might be the next one I feature. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and remember, check your change. You might be sitting on a fortune.